Good afternoon, YouTube, and how are we doing today? Alright, we've got the Game of Thrones Kingsroad. Currently right now on sale for a 100% free from Epic Games. I think only for a couple more days though, but don't hold me to that. So, if you see this video today, get there quick. Anyways, great game. Loving the graphics so far too. Very, very impressed. More impressed is how much we can tweak this thing to get some actual horsepower out of it, because, well, if you got a bit of a wussy system, doesn't mean you can't play the game. Okay, now I am going to recommend 32 gigabytes of RAM in your computer, because Windows is going to suck you for 10 gigs, and this program actually prefers 16 to itself. But it also prefers an 8 gig video card, and of course on the preference level for the processor, I can't recall off the top of my head what that was. However, the minimum spec, at least for the video part that I remember, minimum is 6 gigs. I'm running an NVIDIA 3050 4 gig graphic card, okay, on a 17-inch Asus TUF laptop with, like I said, the NVIDIA 3050, 64 gigs of RAM I have, and of course I have an 8-core processor. Now, processing power doesn't matter near as much as video power. You've got to have video power for gaming, because frick, they're demanding, right? So I'm going to show you my settings here. I did a bit of a customize. Now, I'm playing strictly on the laptop, no external display. I've done a lot of screwing around with this game with my external 4K display to no avail. Okay, forget it. It's not getting me enough FPS. I'm like below 60, okay? So I've got my frame rate as unlimited, screen ratio is 1080p, full screen of course. Performance wise, I'm on high, normal, okay? Only my effects, this is high. Now, we can turn certain things down, like we can go normal here, okay, normal here. Lighting quality, put it to normal. Motion blur, on or off is your choice. Weather effects, definitely got to be on, okay. Upscaling for performance, we want the performance, right? Now, I have DLSS because I have an NVIDIA graphics card, but you also have FSR 3.0 and XeSS you can select. I haven't messed with those, so I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm kind of playing around as I go here. Certain things I definitely want on high, which is basically the top 4 for sure. Okay, so clicking out of there and back into the game, we're going to be looking at, 68 FPS, 66, 68 FPS, 69, 67.
They can't have gotten
okay.
far.
Anyway, so I downloaded the game.
Looks
I've never
like that
really
guard was
watched
right.
the TV show of this. I watched it, I think, maybe one episode for I don't know how long. I didn't really click into it per se, but games I like, and being that this is a game, what the hell, give it a shot and see what it's like. And for free right now, I ain't gonna complain, because I don't have any money to spend on games. So the more free games I can get, the better and happier I am. But with these settings, we can squeeze some good FPS, considering we have definitely not even the minimum rating for the video card. And graphic wise, it's still tight, it's still nice. My screen does have 144 hertz refresh on it, so that's working out just fine too. I did play the game at the highest all preset setup, and I'm still around 50-ish FPS, which is very playable. I get a little bit above 50s at times, but otherwise I'm pretty much about where I am. Now here I'm definitely well above that, just by changing a couple little tweaks. So that's kind of handy. I do have this game, by the way, spread across 3 accounts. I have 3 Epic Game accounts, and the game is on each one of them. Because on this one, I'm a female assassin. On the other game, I got different characters. So, and you know, you gotta think it's only gonna be somebody like me who's this crazy to do this sort of thing. I do Island Survival Alpha as well, where I have 3 accounts, 3 different names, 3 basically, well, I got multiple of avatars I can change to, but either way. Alright. This guy's tough. Anyway, so as you can see, gameplay is fine on this computer. Now, we also did some testing on my wife's HP Omen. She actually has an external 32-inch native 2K, but can go to 4K display. But she has an 8 gig Radeon graphics card. She has 16 gigs of RAM only. I have the 64. And she also has an 8-core processor. Okay, I can't remember the speeds on hers, but mine overclocks to about 4.6 or 4.7. My base frequency is 2.3. Now, currently on my tracker for my FPS counter, my CPU is at 23, 27%, 31%, varies. GPU is like 90s, up and down between 94, 97, VRAM at 69% VRAM usage. Regular RAM, which is the memory, the game does prefer 16 gigs minimum RAM to itself, above what Windows wants. So my wife is actually playing in swap, okay, because she only has 16 gigs. I got 64, I don't have to worry about swap. So 26% of my RAM is in usage, and I'm still getting like 60s and 70s FPS. I'm doing really well for the settings that I have this thing set at, okay? Now, because this is a game that has cinematic to it, you have spots where you have to just pay attention with the chat back and forth and listening and whatnot. Ooh, food. I see food. Oh, come on, Bambi. Let's play. Let's see if we can kill Bambi. Probably not. Oh yeah, Bambi's gonna take off on us.
What's going on?
No hunting today. So anyway, when you go into your settings here, the little gear wheel, this is where you can set things up. Okay, and these are the settings I have. So if you want to take a quick look, I'll leave it on the screen and then scroll. You can see my settings. So if you don't have the minimum video specs, but if you at least have 16 gigs RAM, you should be able to still squeeze, like with 16 gigs RAM, you should still be able to squeeze at least 50 FPS out of the thing. Okay, which is definitely more than playable. Okay, but you can also go to all the low settings. It does take away a little bit of the graphic quality, but very minimal, right? Now, high to highest, not a big thing to write home about, okay? Normal to high, there's some differences you're going to see, okay? Though minor, you're going to see them, okay? And normal to highest, obviously, wow, night and day, right? So, that's kind of where you're at. To actually quit the game, you have to not be in a cinematic mode, so you have to be where we are now. And then you can go to the little power button here, and then you can just say exit game, confirm, or cancel. We're going to cancel for now. I have no idea what these two do. I haven't touched them yet. So, you also have chat on here. You've got friends in the community, the alliance, the party thing you can do. All kinds of different things. I haven't even figured out. I'm just like been playing this thing and just going with the flow as I've been going around here. Nice they give you a guide marker that really does help you a lot to get where you're going. Okay, so now our guide marker is gone. So,
the sled tracks continue towards the lake. Some of them broke off toward that hut.
I gotta go here.
What are they gathering out here for?
Be prepared to deal with the skinned ones. Travel along the waters of Long Lake to avoid the eyes of the last, whatever they call them. Okay. Sure. We'll do that. Now, if you press your shift key once, you can continue in your running mode. Now, here's where you gotta watch directionals. It's like, okay, wait a second, we gotta go down below. That's where we gotta go. You'll figure it out. I mean, I'm slowly figuring it out. And you know, if you're going the wrong way, you're gonna figure that out pretty quick too. Like, there's another wrong way, so we gotta go this way. So we gotta kind of stay on the beaten path. But even with my settings, like, even the water looks like really good. You know. Or is that ice I'm walking on? Hard to say. Anyway, let's continue. But it's a huge, massive map. Like, I gotta tell you, and I've barely touched into this game since starting to play it yesterday. So now I'm coming up to another point.
I'm with House Tyre.
This is where
I'm here
we
for
have
the weapons
cinematic.
you stole.
Tyre?
Who the shit is Tyre?
Doesn't matter. Hand over the weapons. The real Night's Watch needs them. The dead march beyond the wall, and before them is an army of over 100,000 wildling warriors. You must have seen them too. Some have already scaled the wall and are setting fire to the gift.
Now, I've turned
You
off
need
the
to keep
music
from the
because I
aisle.
uploaded
Nothing
this
about no
yesterday and
army is
YouTube
coming
busted
from the
me and
wall.
demonetized the
And
video.
I ain't never heard of no walking corpses.
And I rely
neither.
on my channel to make money to keep my channel going.
I know what I saw.
Right? So the only way I make
Whatever
money
your
is with my
cause
videos.
is,
So
the
I
Watch
gotta
needs
watch
these
this
weapons
whole
more
thing.
than you.
At least it wasn't a copyright strike. But I figured let's re-upload and try it with everything but the music and see if YouTube gives me a hassle or
Love
not.
to help.
I doubt it, but we'll
But
see.
the people of the
If they
North
do, then we'll
need
have
'em
to redo the
more.
video again from yet another point in the game, but hopefully
Night's
we get
Watch
this
got
one
a
going
comfy
good and I'll be
castle to hide
fine.
in and plenty of steel. People of the North got none of that. Damn war took everything from them.
But you can see the
Homes,
graphics are just
cattle, husbands, sons.
amazing. I
At least
mean,
they deserves a weapon to
you
defend
know they're not
themselves
real
with.
people, but freaking
What
close,
good's a
eh?
Night's Watch if there's
You
no
know?
one left to watch over?
Like, it is really, really good graphics.
All right. If it's for the good of the North.
Okay, so we got a moving cursor. Now what?
Oh, came all this way for nothing, looks like.
I'm just surprised you remembered the way to Long Lake.
Shut up! Before I drown you in it.
Both of you shut your mouth and put your backs into it, you blubbering fools. Shame about
Typical.
those weapons. That was good steel. But we can make more.
They said they'd use them to defend the small folk.
Hear that? That's a real northerner for you. No, what are you standing around for? Get on with it! There's more than bandits to worry about on the roads these days. I'll ride with you, some of the way.
So I don't know if you guys have played this yet. This is a new game for me, but I gotta tell you, I'm really liking
Come
it.
on.
Definitely gonna
It's
be
a
playing
long
this
way to
often.
Winterfell.
Oh, finally got a horse again? Holy jeez. So, I would have to say, like, for a review of this game,
See what I have to deal with?
it definitely
Cause
gets
the job will
like
whip 'em into shape
super
soon
sweet
enough.
on that
The
4
North does that to
3/4.
'em
I mean,
House Umba
it's
knows
really
that better
pushing
than
it. You
anyone.
know what I mean?
Except perhaps the Night's
Technically,
Watch.
I should say
Thank
4
you
and a
again.
half, but I gotta say 4 3/4. This is really impressive, and mostly I give that 4
I wish you luck on
3/4
your
to this
mission.
game
Won't be
mostly
easy
because not
convincing
because
Lord
it's a great
Bolton to
game, the
pledge
graphics
support
are
for the
great
war.
and the usual, but the simple fact that this game is running even this well at nearly, you know, consistent 60s into 70s with the settings I've got, and I really
that's
haven't
more likely to skin you
sacrificed
than listen to
much
you.
of
The
anything
further
for
south you go,
quality-wise
the
in the
less
game, for
anyone will care.
graphics.
You'll
Nothing
speak of
that
honor,
would be even
duty, the
remotely
ancient oath.
important.
Those words
right?
mean little when the threats are
And
world
this
away.
is doing extremely
Try
well with a
telling
4
some
gig
lord
graphic
in the
card.
reach
So
there's
like
an
I
army
said,
of the dead
their
marching on the
minimum
wall.
graphic card is 6 gigs.
They'll
Prefers
say
an
it's just
8
a tale
gig.
to frighten
right?
children.
And
They'd
definitely
rather
the
close
16
their
gigs
eyes
of
and dream
RAM,
of
they
whores,
want
silver,
that
and wine.
for the game. But
But
if
I
you
lost
only
my
got
appetite
16
when I
gigs in your
sold those
computer, my
wildlings
wife's
into
playing
gift.
it, and
They must
she's
be
only
on the
got
run
16
from
gigs. Now
something.
she is in swap, which is really hard on your SSD. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so you are reducing the life of your SSD
This is as
every
far
time
as
you
we'll
go into
go.
swap. But so
It's
the fact that
Winterfell
you
down
can
there.
do it, and she's getting like 60 FPS
Watch the roads.
without too
Gods
much
alone know
of
who's
any
got a handful
problems,
of iron and eyes on your pulse.
that's great. You know,
You wouldn't be
so
the
if she
first
added more
stranger
RAM
gone
into her
missing these
computer,
days.
she would have no problem keeping that 60 and going to the highest, but she needs more RAM. So that's the thing.
Last half
So,
isn't ready to believe
so I don't
the
know if
news
she's
from
gonna
around
upgrade
the
her
world.
RAM or what. I don't
Even
even know
coming
how
from
much
their
she's even
former
gonna play the
warpath
game, to be
grade.
honest with you, but you know, that's kind of her thing. I'm more the game fanatic in the house, you know, especially when it comes to this sort of stuff. I like the adventure, I like, you know, strategic stuff, puzzles to figure out, that sort of thing. Oh, I can make her gallop, cool. Gave her a good hoof in the sides. I love this. This is so nice. Whoa, yeah. Okay. That's like pretty good responses out of the horse. It's not like I turn her head and she turns.
never be his.
That's cool.
Tell him yourself when we get there.
So I can just walk along. Little trot. Or hold the shift down and then let go and da-da-da-da-da-da. Big race. Love it. Oh, this is so nice. Oops. Sorry, guys. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this game yourself. If you haven't played it, you've gotta. And right now, like I said, it's free right now on Epic Games. I don't know for how much longer. So get it while you can for free, otherwise you're gonna have to buy it. There are in-app purchases, but I think we can get around that by just earning our way through the game. I guess we're gonna find out over time. Because if I ever do have to spend real money on this thing, that's pretty much about when I'm gonna quit. Because I don't have the money to do that sort of thing. But at least, you know, Epic Games, they give away free games every month, and I can't wait to see what they're giving away next month for free games to try out, and we'll definitely go over those games too that I do decide to download, because I'm not going to just download anything. All right, I download stuff that piques my interest, right? So anyhow, that's all I got for you on this one, and we'll definitely see you guys in the next video. So ciao for now, eh?